Good morning everyone, I am Priyanka Kulsundar, Assistant Professor IT Department. In my previous video, we discussed about component of entity relationship model and how to reduce the ER diagram into table format. Now in this video, we discuss about component of EER model. It means Enhanced Entity Relationship Model. Topics are covered like what is an EER model, then features of EER model, component of EER model, then example of EER model and comparison between ER model and EER model. Now we will discuss one by one. What is EER model? EER model is nothing but the Enhanced Entity Relationship Model, and EER is a high-level data model that incorporates the extensions to the original ER model. Okay, and enhanced EER are high-level models that are used to represent the requirement and complexity of complex database, and EER model that are divided into four components such as subclass and superclass, specialization and generalization, union and aggregation. Now we will discuss one by one. Before that, first we discuss features of Enhanced Entity Relationship Model. It is used to create design more accurate. Now, it reflects the data properties and constraint. Also, it includes all modeling concept of the entity relationship model. Also, it includes the concept of specialization and generalization, and it is used diagrammatic techniques that is used to help and display EER scheme. Also, it is used to represent collection of object, that is union of object of different entity type. These all are important features of Enhanced Entity Relationship Model. Now we discuss component of Enhanced Entity Relationship Model. In that, first type is subclass and superclass. Subclass and superclass relationship that leads the concept of inheritance. Okay, and the relationship between subclass and superclass is denoted with the D symbol. It denoted with D symbol. Also, now first we discuss what is superclass. Superclass is an entity type that has a relationship with one and more subtype. Okay, and the entity can exist in database by beginning member of any superclass. For example, shape superclass is having subgroup. Shape superclass is having subgroup like square, circle, triangle, etc. Now, next one is subclass. Subclass is a group of entities with unique attributes. Subclass is an entity with unique attributes. In that, subclass inherits properties and attributes from its superclass. Inherit properties and attributes from their superclass. Now, in this example, square, circle and triangle, there are subclasses of shape superclass. There are subclasses of shape superclass. This is first type of component Enhanced Entity Relationship Model. Second type is specialization and generalization. Now we will discuss one by one. First one is generalization. Generalization is the process of generalizing the entities which contain the properties of all generalized entity. It is a bottom-up approach. Generalize, it is a bottom-up approach. In generalization, two lower level entities combine to higher level entities. Okay. Generalization is a reverse process of specialization, and it is used to define a general entity type from a set of specialized entity type, and it minimizes the difference between the entities by identifying the common feature. In this example, tiger, lion, elephant can all be the generalized as animal. Tiger, lion, elephant all be generalized with animal. It is a bottom-up approach. Got it? The generalization concept. Now, next one is specialization. Specialization is the process that define a group of entity which is divided into subgroup that is based on their characteristic. It is a top-down approach. Generalization is a bottom-up approach and specialization is a top-down approach, in which one higher entity can be broken down into two lower level entity. One higher entity can be broken down to lower level entity, that is developer and tester. It minimizes the difference between the number of an entity that by identifying the unique characteristic or attributes of each member. Also, specialization is used to define one or more subclasses for the superclass and also from the superclass subclass relationship. Now, in this example, employee can be specialized as a developer or tester. Employee can be specialized as a developer or tester based on what role they play in an organization. What role they play on organization. Got it? Specialization and generalization concept and their examples. Now the next type is category or union. Category is used to represent a single superclass or subclass relationship with more than one superclasses. It can be a total or partial participation. Okay. For example, in this diagram, car booking. Car owner can be a person, a bank that holds a position on a car. Bank is nothing but holds a position on car or company. In that category, that is subclass, it means owner is a subset of a union of their three superclasses, that is company, bank and person. Okay, and a category member must exist in at least one of its superclass. Now next one is aggregation. Aggregation is a process that is used to represent a relationship between a whole object and its components part, and it is used as an abstract in a relationship between objects and viewing the relationship as an object. It is a process when two entity is treated as a single entity. Okay. In this diagram, the relationship between college and courses is acting as an entity relationship with student. This is the example of aggregation. Got it? The four component of enhanced entity relationship diagram, that is subclass, superclass, specialization and generalization, category or union, and aggregation. Now we discuss example of enhanced entity relationship model. Constraint. There are two types of constraint on subclass relationship. First one is total or partial, or second one is overlap or disjoint. Now first one is total or partial. A subclassing relationship is total if every superclass entity is to be associated with some subclass entity, otherwise partial. It means that subclass job type is based employee category is partial subclassing. It is not necessary every employee is one of, that is secretary, technician, engineer. Okay. For example, union of these three types is proper subset of all employees, whereas other subclassing, that is salary employee and hourly employee, its total union of entity from subclasses is equal to the total of employee set. That means, for example, every employee necessarily has to be one of them. Now, second type is overlap and disjoint. If an entity from superset can be related in multiple subclass set, then it is overlap subclassing. Otherwise, it is disjoint. And both the example, that is job type based and salary based, both the example job type based and salary based and hourly employee, that is subclassing, are disjoint. Always remember these constraints are independent of each other. It means can be overlap and total or partial, or disjoint or total or partial. Also, subclassing has the number of transitive property. Got it? The example of enhanced entity relationship model. Now next we discuss comparison between entity relationship model and enhanced entity relationship model. Now first point is EER model is nothing but the entity relationship model, and EER model, it stands for extended entity relationship model or enhanced entity relationship model. Now EER model consists of set of entities and relationship of those entities, and EER model is used to represent a collection of objects. For example, union of objects of different entity type. Next point is in ER scheme, the resulting scheme diagrams are called as ER diagrams, and in ER schema, the resulting schema diagram are called as entity relationship diagram or extended entity relationship diagram. The concept of specialization and generalization is not present in entity relationship diagram, and the concept of generalization and specialization is included in EER diagram. Then ER model is the basic model, and EER model, that is included all the modeling concept of ER model along with the features of subclass and superclass, specialization and generalization, also union and its categories and aggregation. These all are the important points related to difference between ER model and EER model. In this video, we discuss about what is EER model, then types of EER model, features of EER model, components of EER model, also examples of EER model, and comparison between ER model and EER model. Hope so everyone understood the concept. Thank you so much for watching this video. Keep practicing. Thank you.